Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the HIGH-5 podcast, HIGH-5 After Dark. I'm your host, Malcolm from Malcolm&Mary, and today we're going to be diving into some lovely products on the shelves of HIGH-5. I'm joined by my coworkers and colleagues, as always. Thank y'all for coming out and partying, and we're going to jump straight into it. Miss Leah, what are we trying tonight on the podcast?
We are trying the Kiona Northern Lights 222 angel numbers.
Yes. Hey.
Excellent. All right, let's pop this open. Do you have scissors? I do not have scissors.
And that Kiona is found in the middle tier, towards the more budget side of the middle tier, but you're still able to use your discount on it. So we do love that about Kiona.
We do indeed.
Excellent.
All right. Found a knife. So we pop it open. It's a really pleasant smell. It's earthy, like grass or like leaves on the ground in the beginning of fall before it's rained too much. And then I think, I don't know, like some kind of like sweetness.
Okay.
It's a really nice smell.
Nice.
It's like one of those candle smells.
Ah, okay. And this is the Northern Lights 222. They also have these super silver lights out as well. I don't know if this is a cross that's involved in that, but that is usually one of their staple strains.
I'm seeing if it says it on there. It does not.
Okay. Okay. And how are those nugs looking?
They are. Okay, if I can get them out. Ooh, that's a big boy.
Ooh. Nice.
Gotta love it. You know, it has a lot more moisture than I was expecting. Nice. I've been getting a lot of like dry weed, but there's definitely some give in here.
Okay.
Yeah. I should probably turn a light on. Ooh, yeah. It's got some nice orangey to it, a nice warm green, like 70s Tupperware, and nice and frosty. Oh, no, never mind. We'll work on that camera stuff later. But yeah, let me break this up.
Okay, and how are we going to be enjoying this today?
We are going to do, actually, let's mix it up. I have a crystal pipe. It's a rose quartz pipe from Supply.
Hey,
I bought
nice.
it as a best friend pipe with Cassie. I got her the labradorite one. Okay. It's cool because they have some options that are not just like the points. They have like cluster, and then they have these polished round ones in various stone options. So yeah, it has a metal screen in it. It's been like pretty easy to smoke out of so far. So let's grind this up.
Okay. I love that. Okay, and we'll see. The pipes definitely tend to give us an awesome flavor profile, just because it is such an intense hit in a very short distance. So I do love that. Shout out to HIGH-5 Supply. Distance. Yes, and shout out to HIGH-5 Supply as well. Love y'all. Okay, Leah, we shall check back in with you in just a moment. And JG, what are we trying tonight?
What's going on, friends?
Yes, welcome back.
Hello.
We have got the Dr. Feelgood trifecta from Puffin.
Nice.
This, if I know, 2-to-1 CBD, rosin, infused joint.
Nice.
Yes, sir. All righty.
Okay, and when you open that, what does that smell like?
Paper and wood.
Okay.
Mainly probably because it's covered. I don't know if you can see that, but it is covered in rosin. Okay. What else? What is that? Looks like heath. Yeah. So it has, I just saw this on here. It's sorry, I need my glasses and I'm not even close to them. Dan Remy flour, 1 gram of dance hall bubble hash, and AK-47 rosin.
Nice. Okay, nice. And we do have this in the CBD infused. When you do a dry pull on this without lighting it, are you getting any flavor at all? What do you think?
I don't know. Not much. Not much at all.
Okay.
Yeah, you pull really hard and there's a little spicy note on it, but I mean, it's very, very mute.
Okay, interesting.
But not much. Not much.
Oh, okay. And this is our first time trying the trifecta CBD on the podcast. So I'm very excited to see what you think. Do you smoke CBD products often?
Never. This will actually be my first time, so I'm super interested in this. Yeah.
Ah. Okay, I love that. Dude, I love that. Absolutely. Yeah. What do you
think
about
When I saw it was CBD, I kind of was like, hell yeah. Like,
okay, what do you think about the roll of it? How do you think they did on the roll?
It looks really good. Feels
nice.
Like there's no there's a little air pocket right down towards the crutch in the end of it, right?
Okay, so ready?
A little bit.
No. If it's by the crutch, don't shimmy it. Just push in the crutch.
I was gonna say, just kind of push in a little bit.
Yes.
But yeah, there's no sag to it or anything. It's minor. But yeah, other than that, it looks beautiful.
Beautiful. Awesome. Okay, I'm very excited for you. I can't wait to see what you think. Once again, that's the Dr. Feel Good from Puffin in the Infused Joints.
Correct.
In our CBD. CBD. Yep. Okay, very fair. JG, we're gonna check back in with you and see how CBD.
Yep.
Got you. And what's the ratio? Sorry.
Ratio is as far as the
CBD to THC.
Oh, it's a 2-to-1.
2-to-1, nice. Yeah. Okay, very fair. And the 2-to-1. Okay, very fair. Thank you, JG. And then shout out to Puffin Farms as well, making that comeback on the podcast. And then KBZ, what are we thinking today? What are we trying?
So I am trying the Diamond Rolls by Dank Czar. Yes, Diamond Rolls by Dank Czar. They're a 5-pack of oil infused joints. This one, the flower is Afghan diesel, and then the concentrate is Mac 1.
Nice. Okay.
So let's kind of get this popped open. I really love this little package. It's so nice and it's hard. So no more weird joints coming out of your thing.
What's that smell from the package?
It smells like smells very familiar. It's when you go into your grandma's pantry and you smell like the flour and like the kind of dusty, kind of like older smell. It's that.
Okay.
Not really much else coming out of that. So we'll see. The dry pull. Not much.
Okay.
I will say that these are on the budget end, very budget end of the infused pre-roll packs. Very budget end, like Doc and Yeti price for their multi-pack. So didn't really need to shake it. It's just a habit thing.
Yeah.
Really nice impact. Like even like a brand new one is really nice impact. Like not too bad. They do try to fold up the ends, but it doesn't work. Doesn't work for them.
Okay. Okay. And then once again, what's that strain again? Afghan diesel and what?
Afghan diesel and Mac 1.
Mac 1. Okay. Excellent. Okay. And that's from Dank Czar Infused as a pack. This is their first time definitely being on the podcast in the Infused pre-roll. So I'm very excited to see about that. Thank you, KBZ. And have you tried this before?
I have not tried this before.
Okay. Okay. Very fair. Okay. I'm excited for you. Okay. Let's see. Thank you, KBZ. We'll check back in with you in just a moment. And then I am going to be trying the Burnwell Inzane. This little guy is the Inzane. And I want to say the full name is Inzane in the membrane, but they don't write that. So I'm not going to call it that. I'm just going to call it Inzane. The cross, this makes me giggle. The cross is Nunya X Business. So
wow.
Literally Nunya Business is the cross, and Nunya cross with business. Have I heard of either of those strains? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I have no clue what that is. But more importantly than that, they list the terpenes. They say beta carotene and alpha humulene. We do love humulene. Of course, humulene responsible for the mint forward kind of terpene profile, smell and taste. Humulene for me is usually very uplifting, very happy, very mood enhanced. But the beta carotene, a little bit more spice, maybe a little bit more peppery. So I'm excited to see about that. So let's see what this actually smells like. I'm going to go ahead and crack this open. Smells like golden pineapple. Inzane smells like golden pineapple, or yeah. This kind of is giving me Dutch tree, golden pineapple. It's that kind of sour, maybe 10% mint. Maybe like, you know, a very wet orange, a super wet orange. The other day I was saying something smells like day old French fries that Tahi Tahi's. Smells like that, and tangerine rinds. This is like flesh of the fruit, not the rind, not the pith. This is like the flesh of it. Very nice. With that still kind of hog's breath, high, almost like a moldy smell in a good way. Very interesting. So if I had to put it in the first three categories, I would say definitely like a woody, okay, ready? Gotta write it down. So I would say woody, and then almost like a woody orange. So woody, then orange flesh. Beautiful. And then after that, I would say it's that like little mint. Yeah, it's like a little tiny mint, maybe tiny mint and skunk. Mint skunk mix on the last little note. Mint skunk mix. Beautiful. And as far as the nugs go, let's go. And first things I noticed, this jar is full. Like with a gram in it, that shit is full. Literally full. So I'm definitely anticipating a fluffier nug. And even though they're fluffy, these got a great bounce. Look at this. Stick. That's stick. I know y'all saw that. Still stick. Really, really nice. Ooh. And when I squeeze it, the skunkiness comes out. The skunkiness becomes a lot more wet as well. But yeah, it looks like a flower. It's, you know, definitely beautiful. It's got a tons of calyxes. It's very nice sage green. There's not a lot of pistils. There's not a lot of orange pistils running throughout this. Now, what does that mean? Absolutely nothing. Literally means absolutely nothing. However, if we are being snobs, I could say, well, aesthetically, the curb appeal on this isn't as great, but we're not in it for the aesthetics.
Your eyes.
Exactly. You do eat with your eyes first, but in this instance, for the sake of research, we're not looking for an aesthetic or curb appeal, so that won't hinder this experience for me personally. We are going to grind this up. I'm very anxious to see if this is consumer friendly because, like I said, this is so fluffy. If a little bit turns into a lot of it, like I said, I'm only going to grind up this much. If a little bit turns into more than one bowl, this is going to be a great bang for your buck because it's already in the middle tier. Like I said, they fill the entire jar with the gram. So I'm excited for that. Let's see if any different notes pop out when I grind this. Let's see. Yeah, super sour. Now sour is the first thing I smell. Almost like sour skunk blueberry coming out of nowhere. Sour The skunk is definitely more pronounced. Now, this smells like Dutch tree. Now, this smells like golden pineapple. 1000%. Skunk, beautiful. And then I'm definitely going to let them know it's got a sweetness, almost like a blueberry, which is really, really nice. The Inzane Burnwell listed as a sativa. Do I care about what they list this as? Absolutely not. What are we going to do? We're going to find out for ourselves, because a sativa for you may not be a sativa for me. Also, does sativa mean desired effects? No, of course it doesn't. Sativa is just a reference to what the plant looks like when it grows, the family that it belongs to. Are there certain terpene profiles that are more commonly found in sativas? Sure. Are there many sativas that can be drowsy to each person and or relaxing to each individual? Sure. This is what we call Cannabis 101. This is why we pay attention to terpene profiles and not pay attention to a label. This is what makes us different than the rest. And this is what lets us shop smarter and not harder for ourselves. Nevertheless, we shall go ahead and get this in here. I am very excited at the prospect of this. When I smell this, my mouth waters. It's undeniably sweet. Undeniably sweet. I'm very happy. Makes me want to do that a little bit. And I do like Dutch tree. I like the terpene profile of Dutch tree. So I feel like I'm in for a treat, and we shall see. Okay, very fair, but also big shout out to Burnwell. Inzane, I find, is a strain that tends to sit on the shelf for quite some time. I find that many other people, like I said, I always say it, the middle tier, so many options. There's so many options. So this tends to get overlooked just because it might not look the most beautiful. Once again, that curb appeal. And it's definitely more fluffy. I find that things that are more fluffy, people tend to go for the more dense kind of frosty looking things, whether it's Tilted or Doc and Yeti or things like that. Also, this was fluffy, but it didn't break down like it. Still has a great, beautiful kinetic sand, almost texture to it. Very even breakup. I could easily see myself rolling this as well, which is a nice little testament to it. Okay, now, Miss Leah, how are we feeling so far? And what was that flavor profile like on the gram?
Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah. It was super tasty. It had like a little bit more like tiny bit more pungentness came out, tiny bit more like sour sweetness, right? But for me, it tasted like a Christmas tea, I guess, a little bit like spice, but like a Rubio's tea specifically. I don't know why that's important to like clarify, but it is.
I love that, yes.
Yeah, but like a lot of times with Christmas tree or like with Christmas tea, there's like a little bit of like, you know, like clove and like maybe a hint of like orange. So yeah, it's really good. I feel great. Um, it tastes better out of the pipe. I did smoke one bowl out of the bong just to see. But yeah, I feel really, really good. Just very like chill. I just want to like write lists and stuff. So not like insanely productive. But it's not like my brain is dead.
Okay.
I like feel like kind of, I don't know if creative is the word,
Could you
but like
organize on this?
doodling. More like brain dumping lists. So like the doodling of lists. This would be great for like coloring though, or like a paint night. Not a social paint night. I
Well,
don't
like
feel
one
like
by yourself, maybe?
yeah, like you, or like maybe you and your bestie, or your partner, yeah, or your cat.
Okay, love that.
Paint on your
Now,
cat.
yes, cat. Also, when it comes to more arts and crafts and being under the influence, what's the number one thing you find yourself doing in that realm when you do medicate with cannabis?
Oh,
Are you
that
more of a painter? Are you more of a journal? Are you more of a drawer? Are you more of a builder? Or
I draw a lot. I do a lot of like just handy or not handicrafts. I just paint a lot of shit. I paint wood.
oh, nice. Okay, see,
Yeah, so just like weird crafts. That's kind of like when I definitely dive into like the random shit that I have around. Like, what if I glued a bunch of stuff onto a wooden spider?
Love that. And we
Very
love
Where I'm
that.
at.
Okay, very fair. Okay. First three effects that you've got so far off of this high, Leah. What do you think?
I'm like super mellow, very like carefree, euphoric, like in an upper like sort of way. And like my body feels very good. Like I've been very sore. So I decided to wear heels for the first time in like maybe 3 years, I think, because of like pandemic and work.
Wow.
Yeah, that I realized that after, and then finding out that my body was so sore. Lost those muscles. Oops. But these are my new winter shoes, so we'll get them back. But yeah, I just like my whole body just feels nice. I'm in a very warm room, but I just feel cozy on the inside too. Just a nice, but again, not too like locked down, but I don't want to like really get up and do stuff. Like my legs, definitely, they're gonna chill there. But like I got my arms.
Okay. Okay, very
Yeah.
fair. Okay. Love that. Okay, very fair. And remind me which one this was again.
This was the Northern Lights 222 by Kiona. Kiona?
Gotcha.
Kiona.
I think it's Kiona. I don't know.
Okay, that sounds more right.
Okay, very fair. Thank you, Leah. And then JG, what's our update? How are we feeling?
I don't know what's going on. Feeling good. Super relaxed. This is super relaxing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very stony. Like,
Okay,
I'm
and I
having a
love
hard
that.
time like putting thoughts together. Like, this is when I
100%.
just want to sit and just like, I don't know what's going through my head, but 100 different things. But like, all I was focused on the whole time we've been gone is, what did that taste like? Like, I've been stuck on that for the whole time everybody else has been talking. Yeah, I like this a lot. I like it a lot. And flavor wise, like, I can't put a nail on it. Like, it's not bad by any means. Super smooth.
Wow.
Not harsh at all.
Beautiful.
Super smooth. The only thing is, obviously, being dusted like it was, it likes to go out if you're not sucking on it. So.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely more of a preferred on the inside kind of person for sure.
Yeah, it's good though. Like,
it's good though.
Yeah, a little bit of little minty, like on the back end of it. But like again, like the nose on it is very subdued. Very like everything's very muted. So very clean.
Subtle.
Yeah, very clean. Like,
yeah.
I don't know how else to explain that.
And Puffin is pesticide free, so love that.
Yeah.
You know, clean green certified as well, so we love that.
For sure.
Okay.
But, yeah, I like this a lot. I really do.
Excellent. Okay, now I want to just piggyback off of what you said. This is your first experience with a CBD pre-roll, especially from Puffin. The fact that you started, exactly how you started, that synopsis right there. You said, damn, can barely put words together. I'm freaking stoned. It's very stony. I think a lot of people think CBD and they're like, oh, I don't smoke that other stuff. I just smoke CBD. It's like, man, are you crazy? Like, are you like delusional? Like, you are going, it is an influence. You shall be under the influence. But in this particular instance, I know I enjoy that the infused joint is delivering that to that extent. You know what I'm saying? I would have been upset or a little bit disappointed, not really upset. I would have been a little disappointed because that's also a pricier option out of the CBD joints because it is infused to the extent that it is. So I would have been upset if they didn't have that extra little jargoul behind it. You know what I mean? So I love that about that. And that's great. You know what I'm saying? Fantastic. Thank you, JG. And
Absolutely.
JG, is there anything else you think that you wish this had that it doesn't?
Uh, not really. It's not.
Nice.
It's an enjoyable experience. It's like, you know, they can't say anything bad about it for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love that. Love
Yeah.
that. And they're using the elements as well. Okay.
You know, I think this is perfect. Like somebody wants to get into smoking, doesn't know if they like the flavors, knows they probably don't like the taste of weed. This doesn't
Right.
taste like weed. It's just like literally like I just smoked a cigarette, but not with the harsh cigarette flavor. Just like nothing there. Like
Beautiful.
I don't know how else to explain it, but
No, and you
Yeah.
explained it. And there it
Okay.
is. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's literally it.
Sure.
Okay, love that.
Cool.
Okay. Thank you, JG. And then KBZ, what are we thinking so far?
So I had the Dank Czar's diamond rolls. These were the Afghan diesel and Mac 1. I really enjoyed it. I smoked the entire half gram, and I feel it. I'm very like stimmy, so I have like a little poppet right here that I keep popping.
Oh, what?
So it's like reusable like bubble wrap. So like you can just
They're so
pop them
cute.
in and out, and it's a little
Oh.
stitch.
Oh my God.
So yeah, so I've
And they
just been
make
playing with
bracelets, they
this.
make keychains.
They make everything.
Could you
Anything
imagine it
can
on a bracelet nonstop?
a
All
nonstop,
day.
All
All
day.
day.
All day, every day.
That's
They
like
have
a
a cute
fidgeter, but a
iridescent
different.
one.
It's a different form. It's definitely not silent. You'd hear it, like it would drive people insane. But I love it. It's so fun. Anyway, that's what I've been doing. It's very like I am very aware of my body. I'm very aware of how my body feels, or like felt going into it. But then like I still feel everything. There's a lot of euphoria in my body, very tingly, very like floaty, literally like someone's drawing spirals on the inside of my skin with their finger. That's how
Love
it feels.
Love that.
It's great. The flavor wasn't super there. It did have a little bit of like a minty kind of herby yeah to it, but it wasn't really like, it wasn't giving a ton of flavor, but it didn't have a bad flavor. It didn't have a like a harshness that I was just like, this is not fun.
Right.
It was great. I enjoyed it. Definitely love the high, and
Nice.
way more knowing its price. Way more.
Wow.
So worth it. So
Okay.
worth it. Anyway.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, very fair. And KBZ, this is now number one. Have to go back to like the what's it called? The drawing on this inside your skin with the finger.
Yeah.
So perfect.
Yeah.
That description is the word. Love that. Literally love that.
That's great.
We're gonna go into adult mode. One of my favorite things about intercourse is when like she kind of like just plays after,
Yeah.
like on your
caresses the
skin.
skin.
It's such a beautiful feeling. It's
is.
literally such a beautiful feeling. I love it so much. It's great. Yeah, to all the fine ass women out there, don't stop doing it. Keep doing that. Keep doing that shit. We love that shit. Very, very fun. And especially like sometimes I'll draw my tattoos. That's a different level. Well, no, nevertheless. Very, very fun. Okay, thank you, KBZ. And then well, KBZ also, number one. Favorite soda, go. 5, 4, 3,
Mr. Pibb.
2, 1. Okay, very, very good. Favorite type of gum, go. 5, 4, 3,
Peppermint.
2, 1.
Like
What?
the cobalt,
Go.
or like the
Go.
5 gum cobalt flavor, like the dark
Okay.
blue. That's the best.
Is that the one that's really aggressive, like in your face?
Mhm.
They do the most. Where are the commercials? I haven't seen the commercials.
What happened
in so
to
long.
them? I used to love those.
Yeah,
They were
I
great
haven't seen the
commercials.
commercials.
Sometimes they come on. I
I
don't know.
feel
haven't
like
seen them in a
that's
while.
me everywhere I go. That kind of like
You're like,
extremeness.
"Mhm."
Exactly. Love that. Okay, very, very fair. Favorite type of juice, go. 5, 4,
Orange.
3, 2. From who? 3, 2, 1. Go.
Fuck.
Go.
Florida
Go.
one, the
Go.
Florida one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tropicana.
I don't have a
Very fair.
Tropicana is better. That's what it is.
Okay,
There we go.
Tropicana. Okay, very fair. You're an orange juice person though.
I love orange juice.
Wow. Just don't be a grapefruit juice person. They're the worst type of people.
Grapefruit juice is good in cocktails.
I was gonna
period.
say with alcohol.
Yes.
And I still don't want it.
No.
I still don't want it. No, when I can't.
Put some salt in it though. Put some salt, like just like salt on the rim, margarita salt, tequila.
Well, we
Girl.
can just have that.
You said tequila's the juice on its own.
Yeah, well, period. Yes, yes. Love that. Okay, very fair. Thank you, KBZ. Great job on those 5, 4, 3, 2, 1s. Those were tough ones. Those were tough ones. So tough
That's
that I'm gonna what?
sorry.
No,
Go
I was
ahead.
gonna say.
Oh, I was gonna say that's another thing I'm feeling. I'm very stimmy because my mind is very aware of what's happening. Like I said, I was very aware of my body and all that.
Yes, yes.
I am very aware of what's going on. Kind of hyper aware in the sense of like I can kind of tell like when people are smoking, when they aren't, like all of that. Like, but it's definitely I'm alert.
Yes.
Yeah,
I love that. And you're able to pay attention to multiple things at once, which is,
Exactly.
wonderful. Definitely love that. I remember one time I smoked something and I was riding the Max and I felt like Spider-Man because like any movement, I was like at the back of the Max, like look on the train, like looking at it forward to the other carts. And like every movement I was like seeing and every bump on the train I was feeling. And like, I was still like doing something, probably writing down on my phone what I was feeling. Nevertheless, love that. Thank you, KBZ. And I have the Inzane in the membrane from Burnwell. Number 1. We've taken like 3 hits. We still got a very decent amount left. This is the shallow bowl. Do you guys see that little black line at the very top? Bro, that's the bowl. Every time people think this is a big ass, no. It is literally literally cap on that bowl. The first black line, love that. I don't know why I've waited until now to do that and actually show that in Blue Brittany, but that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Like when I'm literally smoking 0.2, this is 0.2 and the desired effects from it. This is a very invigorated high, very confident, but it's more of an invigorating with intention, not necessarily the body high. The body high is uplifting, but I'm very composed. Like I'm able to say whatever I want, stop whenever I want. I'm not really slurring my words or getting ahead of myself necessarily. And this is a very like parent-teacher conference. So this is what you smoke before a parent-teacher conference. Because also I'm ready to tell somebody fuck off. Like I have like a little, that like, I don't like irritability about it from like Tangy strains, which is why I usually don't smoke Tangy strains. It's not a terpene profile I care for. I don't necessarily think it's the happiest. The skunkiness in this, of course, I enjoy skunk terpene profiles, is the saving grace because that's giving it like that kind of uplifting, cheesy, kind of happy high that you usually kind of correlate with cheese, but it's not all the way there. It's not all the way there. Now, as far as the body high, this is very uplifting. As far as being engaged, this entire time, I have not looked at the screen, literally. I'm looking at the screen now, but that entire time I have my eyes damn near closed or I'm staring at my ping pong table. I'm not really looking at the screen. But I'm saying what I want and I'm excited to be on the podcast. So of course, the information that's coming out of my mouth is relating to the podcast. I'm very motivated and inspired to deliver, these desired effects for this strain. And I'm happy to do so. This is something you might smoke when you feel like this is something you smoke when you know you're about to do something you're incredibly passionate about. You know what I'm saying? So you can really dive into it and give it your undivided attention. And I'm enjoying that. As far as the flavor, I said it's got a slight beefiness. And I was able to write down a couple of things, which is great. These are strains that I do enjoy for that reason. So I said it has a slight beefiness. And it was like skunk and sweet, undeniably sweet. And I said it tastes fucking bomb. Almost like flat soda is like, that's like the major thing. It's like flat soda, number 1, then beefiness, then skunk, and then sweet, in that order for the flavor profile. Really, really unique. And I'm enjoying that. The one thing I hate about soda is the carbonation. I'm definitely more of a juice fan than a soda fan, although I don't really get to drink both. I never buy either of those things. I'll drink water before I spend money on anything that's not alcohol. Shout out to everybody drinking alcohol as their main liquid. Also, go get help. But shout out to everybody because we out here. We out here. And I love that. I said for the desired effects, I said it was uplifting, definitely uplifting from the torso for sure, not just the chest, almost down by my obliques as well. We did do obliques in the gym today, so it could be a little bit of that as well. But even that's welcome, because nothing's worse than the next day after doing your obliques. That like, what? I feel like there's a baby attached to my sides. And then I said, also it's tingly. It's tingly in my tummy though. Not really anywhere else. I'm not getting any tingliness like in my fingers or really like in my thighs or my legs like I have been. I said it's good for lack of appetite, which of course to me is terrible because it is so late. So it's definitely something that I might not recommend for late night. Also, like I said, this is still, and it's a social high, sure. It's a social high, but it's like social with a cause. A lot of the times the rambles that I have are very like not even related, you know what I'm saying? They're very detached in focus. So I really like, I like, this is good for like I said, any type of social obligation that you have to do that you maybe don't want to do, because you're gonna ramble on the topic as if you cared about it or you were very passionate about it, like we were talking before. But it'll make it seem like you're still engaged and you're still there, like you're still interested. A parent-teacher conference. I have to write that down. I cannot say that enough. It's like, I wish somebody would try and tell me about my child.
There are things about the child you don't have.
Well, exactly. And also, big shout out to everybody that's a parent out there.
Yes.
And shout out to all the moms and dads doing their thing and being amazing and being great and showing love, doing what they're supposed to. Shout out to all the parents that are doing what they're supposed to. Everybody usually complain about parents one way or another. Shout out to everybody that is doing a great job, because we appreciate y'all, you know what I'm saying? And it's great. Okay, but it seems as though it is time for the scale of 1 through 10. Would you buy that again and remind the people what it was? And I'm gonna start out with you, Miss Leah. What are we thinking?
I'm super into this. This is like exactly what I want. It's my Friday night, so I can kind of like stay up a little later, but I'm really tired, and tomorrow's Monday, so it's not like there's really anything to do. So yeah, this is just nice. I would give it a 9.5, and I will probably buy it again. I don't know, for the price too. It's really affordable.
Yes.
It looked great. It's super tasty. Like I normally don't prefer stuff out of the pipe, so for me to be like, ooh, it was very tasty out of the pipe. Pretty impressive. And it was smooth, and this is such a short amount of like space for smoke to go before it's in your lungs. And yeah, it was really, really lovely smoking experience, and I feel so lovely.
Wow, love that. I love your terpene profile description. Said it has a very pleasant high. And then the number one thing you say for the effects is that it's very nice and that it's something that you are enjoying. I wonder why those two things go hand in hand like that. You'd be so surprised. But that's fantastic. Love that. Beautiful description. And big shout out to the new pipe on the feature on the podcast as well. So thank you, Leah. That was Kiona and their Northern Lights 222. This is something that we've never seen before on the shelves of HIGH-5. It is a new strain in its entirety. And Kiona tends to stick to very staple few strains. So I'm happy that you enjoyed it to that extent. Love that. Okay, thank you, Leah. And then JG, what are we thinking? Scale of 1 through 10, and reminding people what it was.
So we've got the Puffin Farms trifecta. Dr. Feelgood trifecta.
Okay.
That is a 2-to-1 CBD joint pre-roll, rosin infused. You got bubble hash and rosin in that. Nice. And I did find those ratios you were talking about, 0.1 gram of each of those.
Nice.
The
Okay.
rosin and the hash and that. Yeah, I gotta roll like 9.5 on this thing. Like,
Ooh, wow.
the only thing not bringing it maybe is the price just being up there a little bit, but
Right.
it's, I don't know, it's awesome.
And that's a
Excellent.
4 gram joint.
I got
right?
nothing bad to say about that thing, really.
And you said, what'd you say, KBZ?
That's a full gram joint, right?
It actually is 0.75.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but yeah, it is a very mind-numbing experience for me. Yeah, like I said, I spent more time even after we talked trying to think about the flavor. I'm not joking. Like, it just, I can sit and watch a movie on this, but I wouldn't be able to tell you what that movie was about by the time we got done, because I'd have went off somewhere else in my own head with this thing.
I love that. That's daydreaming, and I love that.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
very daydream inducing, very much so.
Wow. Okay, very
Yeah.
fair. Okay. Is this something you would buy again?
Yeah, for the right occasion.
There you
Think
go.
so. Yeah.
Okay.
This
Very
would
fair.
this would be a fun one to pack into the woods and just sit and smoke it and relax.
Yes.
Be with yourself. Be with nature.
Yes.
Like that, it'd be perfect. So
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Or maybe even fishing.
maybe I gotta pay too much attention fishing.
Oh yeah, you're right. Never mind.
On a boat, on a river.
Unless I'm on a boat, just on anchor, absolutely. Then it'd be good. Except I'd probably miss all the fish that hit the pole.
That's so funny. I just pictured you in the river, not catching a damn thing.
No,
You're
I'd
like,
be
Malcolm, this
standing.
is a
I would be
terrible idea.
standing there with my rod in the water, just looking off and just looking.
There's
off
a
into the
fish on
sea.
it, like tugging. Your
Exactly.
rod's like bending.
Probably, yeah.
That's so great. That's literally great. Okay, very fair. Thank you, JG. And KBZ, like I said, we're gonna get to you, but I'm gonna jump in here just so I don't ramble.
You're golden.
I am gonna have the Inzane in the membrane from Burnwell. And I am scared of this bowl. I literally am still right where I was. I am scared of this bowl, and I know I need to finish that. This is a little bit upbeat for midnight. So I wouldn't necessarily recommend this for this late or a nighttime experience, period. I understand why it has the name Inzane, kind of playing on the words of insane. This is a very it's a very stimulated high, but the clarity, like I feel like 100% Malcolm, but like like I said, it's like an invigorativeness about my attention span that is very intense. This is a little bit more of an intense kind of high socially. I'm more passionate about the words that are coming out of my mouth than my appearance, which is why I'm not even looking at the screen, period. Number two, I think that this is something that packs a punch per its price and per its breakup. So it's this, like, if you unmistakably had a bigger bowl than this and filled it thinking you were going to have an experience like you usually do, this would be an even more intense. And I think that would definitely be undesirable to, number one, be around. That would be undesirable to maybe get to sleep or fulfill a task without being too hard on yourself. I was practicing a couple strokes the other day and I had smoked something. I think it was the hard apple cider from Captain Yeti, if I'm not mistaken. Can't really remember. But I was like super hard on myself to the point where like I wasn't getting it and I was getting very upset. And that was making me sad because I'm doing something that I love. Why has my passion turned into disdain, you know what I'm saying, towards myself, which is never a good thing. So, just be mindful of that. Just not even when you're under the influence, just in general. You can love something, but that doesn't mean beat yourself up over it when you're not, doing it perfectly. You know what I'm saying? Be your biggest fan. And typically I am, which is why it was so strange. But also, which is why I know, hey, Malcolm, watch out for things that smell like that. You know what I'm saying? especially when you're doing those types of tasks. Now, back to this. And like I said, a ramble, but still 100% related to this, which is quite clever. You know what I'm saying? It's a very, very unique kind of experience. I'm not really foggy. I'm not foggy with euphoria in my head at all. Not at all. I did get a chance to write. It's a little bit smiley. I'm happy to, especially when I'm listening to y'all or getting any interaction or stimulation towards me, I'm smiley at it. I think if I was watching TV, I'd be smiling at the TV. I said it's social and still on point, super high in stomach, even after 3 hits. It's like I said, the main theme is that torso and the uplifted tendencies. I'm actually starting to get a little bit under my thighs now. That's starting to present itself, which is nice. This does have a little bit of dry mouth, and I did mention that. And I'm definitely sure as I continue, it's going to get worse. So for everything, all things involved in this encompassing experience, this is out of 10 for myself. This is like, I mean, this is a 7.5 out of 10. It's with all of its effects, they are an 8 out of 10. Each effect is an 8 out of 10. It's prominent, it's there, it's an 80%, it's there, everything, all of the effects that it has. Do I care for those effects? Not necessarily. Like I said, am I going to a parent teacher conference? Absolutely not. So what in the world would Malcolm King smoke this for? Absolutely nothing. I see no place for this in my repertoire. Is it something I shall smoke before is this something I shall finish first before I jump onto anything else? 1000%. We're going to get this out of the way. We're going to smoke it just to smoke it to get the experiences. But like, for instance, am I relaxed? No. 1,000,000,000,000% not relaxed. Like I said, it's even slightly irritable. Like it's very, you know what I'm saying? It has a very, I don't know, there's a fieriness to it that isn't welcome. It can be used and it can be contained, but it's like, I don't want to flip out on somebody right now, but it is irritable. That's the best way I can really describe it. And I see myself starting to get hard on myself because I'm not able to fluently relay the information like I usually am. So yeah, that's interesting. But like, is this relaxing? No. Is this creative? Yeah. My description is still pretty creative on how I feel about this. Creativity, I'll give it like a 4 out of 10. Is it this strange saving grace as to when to make me buy it again? No. Definitely would not purchase this. No, ever. Would I recommend this though? For a person that's maybe looking for a golden pineapple or a terpene profile that's similar to that kind of skunky, little bit minty, that or flesh orange kind of smell. I mean, if you insist on getting a certain type of high like this, because like I said, I don't know what I would really recommend this for besides that niche one experience. Like, would I want to smoke this during the daytime? No. Would I want to smoke this at night? No. But that's just me personally. But that's going to make it more difficult for me to recommend it in general. See, and that's the thing. I can't put myself in your shoes because I don't wear those. Anyways, that was a good joke. But nevertheless, this is a 7.5 out of 10. And yeah, I wouldn't buy this again. Very fair. But still, big shout out to Burnwell. And also, there's 130 other strains from Burnwell. I can't get over how irritable this is. I don't know why I feel so fiery. This is something I would definitely recommend smoking to myself, for sure. 100%. I wouldn't want to go out in public, not at all. Yeah, interesting. Very, very interesting. Very fair. I'm actually dumbfounded at how irritable this is. It's very interesting, nevertheless. KBZ, scale of 1 through 10, would you buy this again? And remind the people what it was.
So I have 2 things. I'll get to the joints first, but I do have the edible that I forgot.
I forgot.
Yes. So the first things first, Dank Czar's Infused Diamond Rolls 5-pack. They're all 5 half-gram pre-rolls and a little thing. Buddy. Super cute. Afghan Diesel and Mac one, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10.
Wow.
I enjoy the experience so much. I really enjoy the high. Not optimal for the podcast, but it would require a very niche flower for a podcast. Anyway, really enjoy this. Great high, especially for the price. If y'all know how much Doc and Yeti costs in our thing for the pre-rolls, the same price for infused pre-rolls.
Wow.
It's great. Not as much flavor as Doc and Yeti, not as much flavor as a lot of other things, but the high is great. I feel very bubbly, euphoric in my body, very alert and aware of what's going on. The spirals are still there and it feels great. Like it's just like nice and like it's not ticklish, but it's nice and pleasant and like stimulating that it feels good. I would recommend this. I would buy this again. 9 out of 10. I would definitely buy. We only have one strain, only the one strain right now on the shelves. But hopefully it goes well, and hopefully y'all like it too, because I love them and I want to see them come back.
Wow. Okay.
So those are the joints. Now on to Miss Free the Cookie. This is their 2-pack of 10 milligram lemon cookies, gluten-free and sugar-free.
Ooh.
Miss Wendy has the other one. They are infused with butter. Or the butter is the infused part of this, which is really nice.
Okay. So
yeah, super excited. Smelling it. Very lemon.
Really?
Very that. It is like a shortbread. So it's like it's crispy, but like soft, like a soft, crispy.
Uh-oh.
That sounds good. That sounds so good.
Very weedy.
Okay. Very weedy though. But
It's
you didn't smell any weed.
I didn't smell any weed.
Okay. Interesting.
It's weedy in the sense of like there's something earthy in this. Not as lemony as you would think by the smell. The smells almost like you're smelling like the rind of a lemon after you kind of zested it once. You kind of took the microplane to it once, and then like gave it to you.
Okay.
But the taste, very earthy, very dry. Not the best flavor or not the best texture or flavor of a cookie. But gluten-free and sugar-free. I mean, hey, it's not vegan. There's butter and egg.
Okay.
Or no, it's not even egg. It's just butter and like other milks.
Interesting. Okay.
But yeah, powdered monk fruit is in this. I'm gonna give y'all a rundown. It's gluten-free gluten-free flour, which is garbanzo beans, tapioca, potato.
Love that.
Butter, can of butter, powdered monk fruit, vanilla, lemon oil, salt, mold inhibitor, which is like a preservative, and that's it.
Interesting.
Nice.
Okay.
Very simple.
What out of those ingredients do you wish there was more of?
Lemon. If it's going to be advertised as a lemon cookie, I want more lemon.
Right.
For lemon to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ingredients away when it's a lemon cookie, I don't know. Also monk fruit powder.
Interesting.
What?
Is that a sugar replacement? Or like,
maybe it could be a sugar replacement. It is a sugar replacement.
It's a sweetener. Yeah, sweetener.
Okay. It isn't that sweet. If you like
not too sweet.
lemon bars with not much powdered sugar and like lemons that weren't quite ripe, you'd like this.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you personally wish that it was sweeter?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Maybe like an icing.
if this
And
had
some crystallized
an
sugar.
icing or a glaze or the crystallized sugar that's on top of muffins, that would be amazing.
Wow.
Just something. Overall rating, I'm gonna give it, just from the flavor alone, have not felt the effects, won't feel the effects for a while. Just on the flavor alone, I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10.
Okay.
I see where people would like this. I would definitely try some of their other flavors of the same line, but not the lemon. It's not it.
Okay. Okay, very fair. And remind me that company.
This is THC Express, and we do have a ton of different edibles by them. We have chocolates, we have other baked goods. There's like
Snickerdoodles.
Yeah, there's snickerdoodles. There's like baked
Chocolate chip
brownies.
Yes, we have the granola.
Yeah, the fruit and nut bars and very
Yeah.
like sativa or indica.
They also,
or a day and night pack for hiking.
oh, I wasn't even thinking. That's a different brand. I was thinking of a different brand. Anyway, but yes, no, I was gonna mention something and I was like, wait, that's not even this brand. There are some seasonal chocolates out by a different brand.
Oh
Okay.
yeah,
Come into the shop to find out. They're fun. They're great.
As well, especially on Medable Monday.
Yeah,
Get
tomorrow.
you your discount.
Today.
Yes. Also, before we close this out, I just want to say this. I am gonna bump it back up to an 8 out of 10 because just right, damn near full gram.
So much.
Damn near a full gram, damn near, but it gets better. I have an entire another bowl. Literally.
Oh, wow.
My grinder was closed and I forgot. Well, now that this just jumps up to an 8 out of 10. It definitely has a potency to go along with it. And it seems as though this has brought us to a close. I want to give a big shout out to everybody out there smoking weed. Continue to be great, and continue to stay safe. And to my coworkers and colleagues, thank y'all as always. Everybody, remember to stay high and humble, and we'll see y'all next time. Peace. Have a good one, y'all.